Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome to Monster Train 2, a deck building roguelike that incentivizes you to build the most insane combos possible to take on the forces of heaven. It's just released, I believe, yesterday at the time of recording, so I haven't had any time to really get my hands on it. I just did a little bit of a warm-up game to make sure that, everything works, sound levels, etc, etc. From the little time I've spent with it, it's going to be a pretty big improvement on the old one. This is another game where I've actually intentionally kept myself as blind as possible. I didn't play the demo, so I know nothing going into this other than the 15 minutes I've played to make sure the game works. So let's get into it. Brought to you by Shiny Shoe and Big Fan Games. The forces of hell fight a last desperate battle. This is the last game. Hornbreaker Prince. Yep, there's God or whatever, it's fine. Also, I don't think I actually beat the last game now I think about it. I think I did a bunch of covenants, but I don't think I actually beat the final boss. Emboldened by their victory, Hell's champions take the fight to heaven. Choo-choo! We just fell short. And those will be the new antagonists, the Titans. New Titans emerge from the outer realms to reshape heaven and hell. New champions must arise to fight them. New clans, baby, let's go! Yep. Train Mark II, here we go. The real monster train. And there's the Pyre, which we have to protect with our lives. We'll get to that in the first battle. Knock, knock. Monster Train 2. We start in Limbo, and this is all gonna look mostly familiar if you've played this game before. If not, we'll get to all of that. But of course we have our train, and the first and most noticeable difference, in the last game you were actually going down to the heart of hell to revive it. So the train went from top to bottom. In this game, you're going up to heaven, so naturally you go from the bottom to the top. So I'm gonna be clicking down here constantly, wondering why I can't progress. But let's check out our first battle. Dominion's Preservation. Healers blessed by Dominion bolster their allies, attack in large bursts to achieve victory. So at each battle, you're going to get a little bit of a preview for who you're fighting. If you scroll over them, you can actually see what they're all about. So this is going to be their boss, Uriel the First Blessed. This is going to be a fallen champion, so that's going to be their hitters, and here's their healers. Only 1 health, but they recover 15 health to enemy units after combat, so pretty solid. Protect your Pyre. This is your Pyre. If it takes too much damage from enemy attacks, your run is over. And then we get straight into deployment. So each battle begins with a deployment phase. You will draw your champion and any unit cards with a blue banner on it. After you end this turn, enemies will start their invasion. And each unit card is only going to be able to be played once a turn, so you need to make sure you place them right. And our champion for this run is going to be Fel. It looks like she has multi-strike as well as revenge, which applies valor, which is a new stat, I believe. Of course, you can't just place all your units in one spot because you have capacity, so she had 2 of these little blips, which is, pips, that's what they call them in this game. We could take these shield stewards and put them right here. The problem is we want Fel out front, and we also want these guys out front, so how about they each take a floor? And then we'll end our first turn. Oh no, enemies have boarded the train. Enemies start at the lowest level and move their way up. If they reach the top, they'll start attacking the Pyre, which we do not want. Much like the last game, you're going to have a primary clan and you're going to have a secondary clan. The first clan is going to be the Banished. That's a brand new faction. And the second one is the Pyreborn, which I believe are very similar to the, I think were they called Pyreborn in the first game? It's the first clan you start with. They're really good. They're all about aggression. Pyrogel, as you can see, you can just target anyone. It costs 1 energy. We have 3 energy each turn down here, so we'll go ahead and take out your healer. We'll go ahead and get some Pyrogel on you to get damage. And we'll give ourselves a little bit of valor. Alright, not too shabby. Here we go, more units. Spear Stewards. Yeah, if you're coming in from the last game, Stewards got a huge buff. So they actually come in 2 variants right away. You got your Shield Stewards, who naturally are going to sit out front with a shield. And then right here, you get your Spear Steward, which is at 14, so that'll be pretty good. So they're going to sit behind because they're super tanky, or squishy rather, the opposite of tanky. And we'll do the same thing down here. And let's go ahead and make sure you... Ooh, actually, hold on. Yeah, you got your damage preview down here, so you're almost dead. Let's go ahead and make sure you die. Okay, yeah, maybe I should have gone for the healer. I don't know. I think we'll be fine. Now we'll do this. Do another one of those. Go ahead and buff up your damage ever so... Ooh, actually, hold on. Actually, yeah, it's just 2. It doesn't do a percentage, so... Yeah, we'll just do that on you, and then we'll make sure you die next turn. Also, I forgot we had a steward up there, so we're fine. Here we go. The boss has finally showed up. So he is relentless, which means that either you die or he dies. That's the only way this is going to resolve, which you may think, oh, that sounds great. So we'll just keep taking turns and we'll whittle him down. No, it's all going to happen in one turn. So we're going to play these cards and then he's going to kill us and then move on. But that's fine because we can take steps to prevent that, or at least make sure he dies after that. There we go. A bunch of damage. Oh no, our champion's gonna die. It's totally fine. She comes back next round. So he takes the first level, but there's no way he's getting through us now. Especially when I stack this. There we go. Here you get your score. If you don't take any damage, you get 1,000, and the faster that you kill him, you get a little bit of a bonus. But more importantly, we get gold, and we get some pack cards for our allied clan as well as our base clan. First one, we have Divinity for 10 Valor. It costs 3 energy. Windblade is Shift for 1 Valor. Resolve triggers Shift. Yeah, so this is going to be for someone who's constantly moving. That's equipment now. We'll get to that shortly. And over here, whenever a unit moves, they take 30 damage, and they can be equipped to enemies. This would actually go very well with somebody that I saw in my test playthrough. I don't need it right now. 3 energy is a very heavy cost in the early game. I think this could be pretty useful. We'll go for that. For our allied one, we get some more equipment. This will reduce cooldowns for abilities, which are also new. So the game actually has active abilities now. It's not just stuff that happens when, you play your round and let it go on. Whenever I feel like it, I can use our Snotty Whelp to deal 1 damage, but more importantly, add 10 Pyrogel to the front enemy unit. That is pretty decent, and it's a 2-turn cooldown. So if we happen to get you with Mind Cage, you could sneeze on someone every turn. That could be really good. And this one's also interesting because that's 4 Pyrogel to every unit for free. However, it's consumed, so you can only play it once per battle. There are ways around that. We'll get to them when they become relevant. I think early on, it's really dumb to turn down units. You need to build up a power base to work off of. So we'll start with units. Here's where it gets interesting and roguelike-y because now you got to actually pick a path. So we can either go left, get a banished unit, as well as buy some stuff for our units, or we can go Pyreborn and try and buy some upgrades for our magic. I think because Banished is our main clan and it's probably easier to upgrade our units early on because we don't really have good spells yet, we should probably go for this one. Get the new unit first in case that's the one we want to upgrade. So summon, draw an equipment card from deck. Artificer. That's a new one. Equipment is attached to any ally of this unit. What? That doesn't mean for the whole train, does it? I assume it means for the floor. Oh, and speaking of shift, though, whenever this unit shifts, it gains Valor, so you would be really good with the Windblade. You're actually better with it than the other card that I was thinking of. So that seems like that's going to be the Banished thing, is shift, which is really fun. I like it. And also, if you read down at the bottom, these are actually angels. So, yeah. We actually teamed up with the Angels to take on the Titans, so that's pretty cool. I like this one, but I'm curious about this one. Titanite, or Titanite. Probably Titanite. Reduce damage by half. That's insanely good. Quick thing that's really unfortunate because you might think, oh, give this to your champion. Champions don't work that way. You can't give these to your champions, unfortunately. That being said, 14 attack for 25 gold is a really good deal. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm actually going to double down on attack for that whelp, because the chances are he does have 1 health, so he's really weak. But he is also going to be likely at the very back, so he's just going to put out a ton of damage. So we're going to go in for a penny, in for a pound on his damage output and hope for the best. Second is the Knights of Entropy. Slow-moving soldiers blessed of Entropy will deal heavy damage if they reach the front. Vanguard applies when this unit is at the front of the floor. Sheesh. or healers as well. So they're tanky and they have healing. Good. And our Sword Maiden does fortunately have this banner. So I'm wondering if oh, you know what? Maybe it's your primary cards all are the your starting ones. That could be cool. This is also something to get used to, is that you now have a deployment ember. So if you're coming in off the first monster train, you might assume, oh, you're just starting, you have 3. You know, you have 4 energy. So make sure you spend that. We'll put Fell down here. I will put the Sword Maiden here. And it looks like we drew that. Okay. Don't use it right now. It's not a good thing for us. I did gloss over this, but you do get a preview of everything that's going to happen if things lay as they are. So we'll kill these 2 and we'll get damage on you. And we'll take 9 damage in the process. Okay, let's go ahead, fire start you a couple times, and go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of Valor. It's not going to make a difference in this combat, but I figure we might as well start stacking that. And also as a bonus, she actually uses her Valor as armor at the end of the turn, so we do need to be careful, but you should be okay. Oh, you can. Okay, this is something I was curious about. All right, that's something to keep in mind. I wasn't sure we could do that. In which case, yeah, let's go ahead and put the Snotty Welt back here. And this is a unit with an activated ability, so you just click this and it'll actually use it. You don't want to do that right now because it would be a waste. But we can go ahead and stack the rest of the train in our deck, or in our favor. Okay, I think that will be all right. Here's the actual explanation for equipment. So these can be attached onto a unit inside the train, but once attached, they improve in a variety of ways. Only one can be attached to a unit at a time. So I think more often than not, these are going to be friendly, but this one does cause damage, and I kind of would have ideally liked to draw it next turn so I could put it on the boss, but that is not what happened, so not much we can do about it. Clear floor, though. Excellent. Jelly Sneeze! All right, that's actually a really good start. Go ahead and put even more on him. There we go. Now we kill him and get some Valor for fun. You're going to die and meet... Oh, no, you had armor. Probably should have actually Valored you up, honestly, but doesn't make a difference. We won. Yay. So we picked up Windblade, which is that shift and Valor. Challenge, which is advance and apply melee weakness, so this is good against the enemy. Demonize is kind of interesting because you can actually move people down a floor and apply 2 melee weakness. I think I really like Challenge. Just being able to pick someone out and be like, hey, you're gonna die this round is really useful. Ooh, here we go. This is kind of interesting too. So we have Lava Armor, so we can actually get some friendly equipment. Revenge, apply 3 Pyrogel to the attacker as well is pretty nice. Consume to apply 10 Pyrogel, or 1, that's not bad. And Flicker here is kind of interesting because it's a 0-cost spell. It only does 1 damage. Couple things to keep in mind. 1, we have already seen enemies that literally have 1 HP, and that's not going to be a one-time thing. And 2, there are ways to upgrade this to be insanely powerful, and it's a 0-cost spell. I think just for the sake of showing it off, I am going to go for the Lava Armor. I would love to grab this, but I do think we'll just go for this for now. It's our first run. I'm not too worried if we win this or not. We're exploring. Here we go. We can get a Pyreborn unit, and here's a way to upgrade that magic spell I was just talking about. This is new, a Merchant of Arms, so you can actually buy equipment and rooms. That's another thing we'll get into shortly. This is how you can actually heal up your train. There are a few ways to do that. This is the easiest. Again, we're so early on that we need units, and I feel like it's just a smarter play, because right now that you're not going to be able to overheal. It's only ever going to go up to 80, so this is actually kind of a waste to go down this way right now, so we'll go this way. We have a Magma Mauler and a Magma Cultist. Strike, apply 8 Pyrogel. That's really powerful. Incant is really powerful though, because this is going to apply just 1 Pyrogel, but it's going to do it to every enemy on the floor. And if you have a spell building deck, you're going to be able to pop like 7 or 8 in a turn in theory once you get into the end game. I think we're kind of built for aggression though, so I'm going to stick with that and go with the Mauler. It is also cheaper, which is nice. Not my favorite selection here to start off, honestly, because this one you can make a super powerful spell, but it gains consume, so you can only use it once per battle. battle. This one reduces cost by 2, but also gives it consume. Permafrost is okay because that means it's going to stay in your hand until you play it, but I don't think we have a spell that's that important. And then Intrinsic, which is really expensive, lowers the cost by 1, and it means you start with it in your deployment phase. So you can guarantee a spell before anyone's even on the board. Again, I don't think we have anything that matters that much. Yeah, so the magic shop's a little bit of a waste for us, because I don't think I really want to spend any of this money for it, but at least we check. And a Celestial Alcove. Okay, so this is actually going to replace the, I think it was the Frozen Caves in the last game. In all its mystery, the rail leads you to a cavern with glowing shards broken off from a much larger crystal. You sense a small sliver of the last divinity's magic within these fragments, still brimming with power long after its death. The pyre lights a flame, hungry to take on the power of these divine shards as its own. Which divine shard do you take for your pyre? And I got this exact same event on my tutorial playthroughs. This one, which is cool, heal your pyre to full health, get 25 health. That sounds nice and lovely. Unstable shard, however. Friendly units get 5 attack and 12 health, and our pyre health goes down to 1. It's a tutorial. We'll have fun. Let's go. No damage run. On to the first boss, Archeon. Scion of Savagery. There's a typo here, by the way, I'm pretty sure. Archeon draws power from the defeat of his forces, becoming enraged at their failure. So this guy gains 2 rage on Siphon, which is when any... Oh, it's just enemy units dying. Okay, that might have gotten a little bit nerfed. I thought that used to be when any unit died on a floor, this stuff would happen. That's probably a later boss, I'm sure. So the deployment starts off much like any other. So let's go ahead and get Fel on the front line right away. You can't have both of them on you. That's a shame. In which case, go with the Sword Maiden. I'm not going to equip the armor because I want to get all these guys out on the floor. And I also want to do a little bit of science before we equip it, because if it works as good as I think it does, I might want all my units out on the floor at first, because I don't know if it's going to apply to anything that's not played. The big bad actually shows up. So he gets to stick around from the first phase until the end, and he moves freely between every floor, but you can also get early damage on him if there's no one in front of him. So yeah, he is going to be chipping away at us, but we're going to be doing the same to him in theory. First things first, I'm glad we got this right away. Now, anytime he moves, which is every turn, he's taking damage. Oh, that's going to be good. And I'm not sure how good this is going to be. So everyone's at 37, 37. I'm an idiot. I think I get it now. So the way I read this, I thought it was going to apply whatever you equip to it to every unit. So I thought everyone was going to be able to get this. But I think it just means that I need to equip everyone else except this unit. And then this unit will keep getting Valor. So that's okay, not nearly as busted as I thought it was. I'm sure that will get better later in the game. Let's take out our anger on this nerd. Watch out for triggers. This unit has a trigger. Triggers activate when specific events or turn phases happen. Check tooltip to see what it does. After combat, this unit is going to gain 4 attack and take 20 damage. Nice. Oh, and 69. Let's go. All right, guys, we already won the game. 69, 420. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. Go ahead and throw a spear up here, and that's a quick turn. Yeah, go ahead and have the Whelp again. That's fine. Don't waste your ability on this one. Probably start stacking Pyrogel on the boss. And then I'm just going to stack you with the 1. Okay, can you survive one more turn is the question. I might need to move the... I might need to move the Sword Maiden out front. Yeah, let's actually get some use out of your armor. I could probably just let this one through. I don't think we need to try too hard on that one. We don't have room for this unit. Kind of a good problem to have, not the best. Let's get, yeah, let's get some more Pyrogel on you. Why not? Okay, another pretty chill turn for us. Not too much drama here. Let's go ahead and keep fire starting you, please. So let's get 3 on you. Yeah, not getting a whole lot of use out of Jelly Sneeze, but fortunately he doesn't bring anyone in with him, so we can definitely pop that right now. And you're already dead, but always add a little bit on for extra measure. Hey, you can get a kill. Psych. Oh, not even 1 turn. That's rude. Here we go. So, of course, since we beat a boss, we get a big-ass reward. So we get 150 gold, we get a rare card pack, we get a unit draft, which is great, and some major enhancements. Okay, this is a very interesting one. So Cursed Twin Blade, you get multi-strike, but every strike you do is going to lower your attack. Fireclasm is attuned, which is interesting because any magic power effects get multiplied by 5. It's explosive, so any excess is applied to each enemy unit, but it also costs 4. Okay, 2 damage shield to friendly units is pretty decent, but that's also a 3. I think just because we have so much synergy going on with the equipment right now, I think we just try and stick with it. Let's try out the Cursed Twin Blade. And here we go, a bunch of Banished units. So Revenge, you gain 2 Valor, so you're kind of similar to Fel. A Demonic Fledgling, where you gain Valor on strike, and whenever you move, you gain Rage, which is even more damage. Or a Dancer that gives 4 to all friendly units whenever you move. Not gonna lie, I think I really like the idea of the Dancer. Let's try that out. And this is where it gets real fun. So this is also a bit different from the old game. The blue one's the same. You get 1 draw per each turn, so you're going to be drawing 6 cards a turn. Very solid. You're also going to be getting a damage and health buff to your Pyre for each one of these. But over here, the Ember. You still get your 1 Ember, but you also get an extra deployment Ember. So you can stack your train super early. And this is where I think it's the most interesting. The capacity gives you 2 per floor instead of just 1. It makes me think that it's gonna get to some very heavy units later in the game if they're already giving you double what they used to. I'm gonna go for it. And we do get a little bit of a heal out of that. Not nearly enough to make up for it, but we did get lucky we get this. And a Celestial Alcove. Armory, oh, that's new. So you can just pick up an equipment or a room card. Extra gold's always nice. It would be irresponsible to not go for the heal, though. Grab that right away. The rail shakes. The train screeches to a halt. The world trembles. The train is stopped in front of a fountain, where angels once asked its waters for blessings. Now it radiates with Dominion's looming presence. Obey me, Dominion's voice echoes. You ask the corrupted fountain for a blessing? End strike, apply 20 corruption. Dominion's Eye, unpurgeable, non-scourge, and non-blight cards in hand cost 1 extra energy. That's gross. Okay, so all of them are going to give you a Dominion's Eye. Summon, spawn a random friendly unit from your deck. That's a pretty good effect. And add melee and spell weakness on strike is also a good one. I'm not going to go for any of these right away. Actually, I'm going to play it a little bit safe for once. Here we go. This is how you upgrade your champion. So we can go for a level 2 of Vanguardian, which is the class that we automatically started as. That'll increase that Revenge to give 2 Valor to friendly units, which is nice. And of course, you're going to get a little bit more of a health and damage buff. Unchained. Whenever you shift, gain 1 Valor permanently. So here's the thing, and I'll be honest, I'll be the first to admit, I was not the best Monster Train player. In my experience, usually you were better off trying to get to the top tier of this instead of splitting. This one might be a pretty good one to just temporarily break from and then go back into Vanguardian 2. I mean, the thing is, am I going to be shifting you around often enough for that to really be worth it? I'm going to stick with Vanguardian 2. Let's not get too complicated. I don't know enough about the game yet to figure out what's what, but that's why we got to check everything out, I guess. When a unit without Pyrogel gains Pyrogel, it gains +6. Okay, so that first Pyrogel is going to be really powerful. Start of turn, friendly units gain 5 attack and health if they are the only unit on a floor. Okay, so that's going to incentivize going solo or maybe like leaving somebody up at the top by themselves until the end of the match. I think we can go for this one. We have a lot of angels and we're going to start getting into a bit more movement. I didn't show it off and I don't know if we're going to be using it, but you can actually purge your cards from here. If it's the same as the last game, you start off at a cheap price, but each card you try to manually purge will make it more and more expensive. There are other ways to get rid of cards in your deck. We'll maybe see some. I'm not sure if we'll see them in this run or not. And then if you don't like what's in here, if you have the spare cash, you can spend money to re-roll everything. And trials. Yeah, this is another thing that came back. Activating the trial will make the battle more difficult, but you'll earn an extra reward if you win. So you're gonna pull down every unit we don't kill, and then we're gonna fight you all at once. -1 draw each turn for 150 doesn't seem like a good trade-off to me. There's definitely a lot better rewards, and we will eventually get into doing this more. I don't think for gold it's usually worth it, especially because we only have half our health. And start off with Fell down at the bottom out front. You can have the Death Dancer. Thinking about how that final fight's gonna go, I think I want the Magma Mauler down here so he can hopefully just stack a bunch of Pyrogel on the Judge. I don't know if we'll be able to kill him in one floor or not. So I guess you can have both of those. I would have liked to have you down on the bottom to do the Artificing, but I think this might pay off a little bit more in the long term. And speaking of, let's go ahead and get that on you. Okay, so with that, we got you down, and a shield up top is probably a good idea. Don't do anything with the armor yet. We might be able to put another unit up here that we might care about more. And in which case, you can go ahead and have some Valor so you can get some more armor later. There we go. So he's super annoying because now he's going to start playing this at the end of every turn we don't kill him. 3 damage to your Pyre. Fortunately, you do, once you spend it, it's gone. But yeah, if you just let the thing sit in your hand, I will eat damage. So you do need to be a bit careful about that. Do I want to risk holding onto this until the Judge gets out? I'm actually going to challenge you to get you out front. Oh, yeah, hey, this is going to be a pretty frequent thing. I'm going to forget to read these. So this guy has an incant thing, which applies to sap. So now our guys actually have -4 attack. It's going to wear off each turn, so it's going to go down by 1 each turn, I believe. So, yeah, we're still fine, but that is something to be aware of. I'd give that guy equipment at the back. Yeah, you know what? And since that's not a spell, that's okay. Kind of the only reason I really wanted to play it. But I think we can whittle that guy down to make sure that we don't take damage. I think it's fine. I think we should be able to kill the boss with Pyrogel. Ah, there we go. These little bastards, imps, or collectors, I guess they're called. They die, they give you 75 gold, which is great, but if I don't kill him this turn, he's gone. So we have to be real careful. And by careful, I mean I might just spam magic on him. You are actually pretty tanky. That's a problem, isn't it? So I think you'll be able to actually get to the Pyre room. I was wondering if the guy would calm down beforehand, but I don't think we have, I think we have too much time for that. So I'm actually gonna fire start you. A lot. I probably should put that Spear Guardian in the top. I think it'll be fine though. Still not a good target for Jelly Sneeze. This one I might want to start putting on the second floor. I thought I'd want to put him on the bottom for that Pyrogel stacking on the boss, but I don't know. We're learning. This is the fun part of the game. Here we go. Spear Steward. That'll work. Perfect timing. That gets cleared. And okay, everything's going to get cleared. Perfect. Just go ahead and keep buffing your Valor for the boss fight. Please. Thank you. Okay, again, I didn't read that, but it worked out. Love it. And we do get a brief turn off, which is great. I'll go ahead and pop that on you. Boss fight, and sap wears off just in time. Okay, so that could have gone a lot worse for that. Oh, hey, guess what? We win. Here we go. Science. Okay, that is how that works. Dope. So still very good. Not quite what I had in mind, but I think now that I know that, we can probably synergize you to be really good. Throw a spear in here for good measure and a fire starter on you because I feel like it. Didn't even use my ability on Jelly Sneeze on that. Damage shield, by the way, is just a one-stop barrier, so it'll nullify any source of damage, whether it's 1 or 1,000. It just nullifies it one time, so that's pretty solid if you know what's coming up. Ooh. This one, very expensive. It's 2 Valor, 1 Shield to all units, and it doesn't get consumed. That's a lot more interesting to me. Retreat the front enemy unit and apply 1 weakness to enemy units. Okay, so you can just push back like a really good guard or something and also make sure that everyone else on the floor is weak. I think I'm gonna get a little bit greedy and go for Benediction. I think we can make that work. And more equipment. Siphon, gain 1 soul. Celebrate 1 gold egg for every 4 souls. Yeah, that's something down here. Dragon's Sword. I'll be honest, I haven't interacted with this yet, so I haven't brought it up, so I don't know what it does. Mind Cage. We were just talking about how that could work out pretty well. We should... 10 Pyre Gel and 10 damage for 3. The thing is, I did just go for a very heavy spell. I don't know if I can justify going for 2. I'm gonna go for the Mind Cage. We have a plan for it already. It's not a like super good plan, but it's better than nothing. Ooh, here we go. This one's interesting because that lets us remove cards. The problem with removing cards, which normally in the first game what you want to do is get rid of your stewards, at least in my experience, as early as possible. There are steward builds in that game, and I'm sure like a good player, they're really good. But usually they're just clutter. I feel like units are a bit less cluttery in this game, since it feels like you're going to be encouraged to have more space for more units, and you get an entire guaranteed deployment phase for them, which you didn't have in the old game. I think you just drew cards and hope for the best. I could get rid of a fire starter and a just cause to make sure we could shift through the deck a little bit quicker. Ooh, Empyrean Well. Duplicate any card. Do you like the artifact? I don't know if we can afford equipment right now. I can upgrade a unit. I feel like that's a better use of our money. Yeah, actually, okay. This is actually a really good one. Because what we'll do, get a unit, see what we want. Yeah, here we go. This is a new one. Slam. Advance, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to this unit's current health and armor. I think we're going to go for that one. This is the card that I had in my first run, by the way, that I was thinking about, the Windblade, because anytime you shift 5 armor to friendly units, that's a really good one. I think the Dancer would work better with Fel. This Crusader, I think, could hold a floor on his own, but I think the Dancer would be a great backup for Fel. What else do we have? Yeah, fortunately, if you go up here, you can check your stuff before you commit to a decision. We do also have this Death Dancer, which is 4 attacks, so you're basically the mirror of this one, which is armor. So I would probably just want 1 Dancer per floor then, wouldn't I? Okay, you know what? I am going to go for the Crusader. I think we have a good plan. Create a unit with Endless. Endless is fun because anytime it dies, it just goes straight to the top of your draw pile. So you literally just can guarantee yourself a unit no matter what, as long as it dies early. This one's also fun. Avarice. This is a new ability. So whenever it deals unblocked damage, it gets an equal amount of money. A lot of them in the last game were based on killing units to get money, especially with the Melted Remnant, I believe they were called, the expendable guys. So this is pretty nice, being able to get more money. 15 coins for 8 Valor is really good. We should probably grab that. This large stone, though. 1 capacity, 50 health, and 15 strength. That got super buffed. Probably don't give him that. I can go to the Death Dancer, Valor. You can have Avarice, too. 1 more large Crusader, please. So now we're gonna have Fel on the bottom floor, just shredding anything. And then anything that makes it to the second or third floor is gonna get body slammed by a Crusader that has almost 100 health. I think we're in a pretty good spot. A Penitent Prayer Stone is spawned on each floor. 4 spikes, 100 health. Spikes is dangerous. For 150 gold, I do not like that trade, if it does what I think it's gonna do. The Relentless Zealots, let's see what they're about. Their strength grows from the defeat of others. Good, I love that. Even their own. Be wary of their fierce power. Reanimate 8. So this thing can die 8 times, I think. good. Okay, the other one was Reap. Harvest is when any unit dies. Okay, this is the one I thought it was earlier. Spikes, by the way, is basically thorns, I think it was called in the last game. So if you attack this unit, you're going to receive 4 damage. And on multi-strike, that's going to hit every hit. So Fel will be taking 8 damage a turn until this thing gets killed. So we're not doing that. What we are going to do is stack the deck in our favor. Let's get Fel down here. We do have a lot of units to pick from now. It's nice. Yeah, grab a Death Dancer. Okay, we can set up the first and second floor. Crusader over here. Swordbane behind you. Do not mind Cage yet. You can have a Magma Mauler. I could give you 2 Valor to get you up front. I don't know if that's worth it. Oh, never mind. Do the smart one instead. Oh, wait, hold on. Read. Okay, am I willing to sap for that? I think I'm actually willing to. Sometimes it's worth taking these risks. I do want you out front because you do literally no damage. And you can also have a Spear Steward over here. And let's go ahead and get a little bit of fire starting on you. We do less damage this round, but everyone else will be ending up to do more damage up top, so I think it's worth the trade there. Also, genius. Remember, you can just do this. So, I don't know if that play was worth sapping these guys for extra, but it's where we're at. Get you up top so you can make sure that no one gets past you. I actually just want to kill this guy off. Go ahead and body slam you because you're going to die, so you have a turn off anyway. You have the sapping again. That's a little bit of a concern. It's equipment. I'm going to give you that extra twin blade, so you're doing even more damage. These are both spells. And a shield steward. Probably just go ahead and get another steward out of the deck so that I can clear some draw space. And we'll just let things go. We're not getting the gold, but I'm not too worried about it. We have Avarice, so we do have an economy, even though I don't think we're using it too much right now. Yeah, there we go. You're getting one hit in at a time. Actually, you know what? Since you have Avarice, you might be worth giving a multi-strike at some point. I was also supposed to be shifting you around a lot more, but we haven't had an opportunity to. It's fine. Go ahead and slam into you. Yeah, you know what? You go ahead and take this lava armor. You grab a snotty whelp. 3, 6. Okay, I could try and move you out front, but you would probably end up getting killed for it. So let's just go ahead and throw Just Cause on you. Make sure that you don't lose too much damage. Let's go ahead and throw the Mind Cage on... Well, it's not going to be relevant anymore, is it? I guess you can have a... Well, that is attack and defense. Yeah, why not? You might be able to get an extra turn of damage in. Don't think we're going to be able to get this on the boss, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Go ahead and Just Cause you on... And we're really going to hope that we get one next turn. Go ahead and pop that. I'll be honest, I knew this was a thing. I thought it was something that just Fel had for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. Okay, so anyone with Valor up front gets the shield. Okay. I don't know. I think I thought that was linked to your ability or something. It's fine. The important thing is that happened. Okay. Oh, you're already gonna die. Well, dope. Hey, get over here. Now I'm just trying to be a dick about it. Get fire gelled and sneezed on. Okay, so yeah, the reanimate goes to 1. Okay, so it stays at 1 health, but you do have to chip away at it each time. Okay, that's not the worst to deal with, but this is also pretty early. I get the distinct impression we're going to come across a boss that has, no joke, like 100 reanimate at some point in the end game. I'm already calling it. It's going to be great. I'm sure there's a way to remove that as like an actual status effect. Each strike applies 2 Valor to friendly. Ooh. Yeah, I think we got to go for that one. These Slay ones are always fun. The problem is we are already up to the 5th ring. You really want to get something like this early so you can actually maximize that value. And the fact that it's random is I mean, if it's a single entity, then it's great, but if you're really trying to get like one of two targets, then you're really relying on RNG to help you, and RNG does not love me. I could go for this, but again, I think we need to make sure that we actually have been working on that. I'm gonna grab the random spell. Why not? I probably should have grabbed the Mind Cage. I probably want to go for the heal here. Celestial Alcove's gonna be, you know, it could be good, it could be bad. Merchant of Magic, we did just get a spell. Trinkets for artifacts. Artifacts are expensive. We do get gold here, and we do get another duplicate. And I don't think we've taken a hit yet, but that doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen, especially because we are about to go fight the second boss. So just to be safe, I am gonna go for the health. Hello. Arcus, Angel of Darkness, approaches the train. His once powerful form now crackles with Titan corruption. Fel, is that you? Here to save your lesser brother? I see that you follow Seraph no longer. Then you must agree with me. He was never fit for Heaven's throne. Together, we can be rid of Seraph once and for all. You offer your pyre's warmth to Fel's estranged brother. 50-50 for an artifact. I mean, you gotta do the fun stuff, right? Oh, it's this event. Oh, no. I mean, I'm going... Okay, thank you. I'll be honest, I was completely ready to go down to 1 for this artifact. I'm not even joking. All right, a 50% chance to remove all buff effects on an enemy when they enter the train. I think that's exactly the same as it used to be. Nice. That's a pretty decent one. Not the best, because you're relying on RNG, but... Oh, okay, here's the thing. Am I supposed to keep doing this until I get a certain number of artifacts? I think this might be an event where you really need to commit. I'm not going to fully commit. I'm going to see what 1 does, see if that gives us like a little reward or if he like wants to join us or anything. The corruption still taints me. Okay. So you probably want to go into that event with full health and try and completely free him. That's going to be a fun one. We'll definitely commit to that event at a later point. Oh, you can just straight up remove consume. That's nice. 2 more that give consume once again and permafrost. Do we even have any? Yeah, we haven't gone. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. How much money do we have? 142. Oh, damn it. I thought we... Oh, no, that was the other explosive spell. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Benediction, consume, remove consume. Heaven's leader of the cherubs has been manipulated by the Titan of Dominion. Now even Heaven's workers are under the Titan's grasp. Nourishing feed. Kale and his cherubs grant 35 health and spikes 4 to enemy units. Yikes. This is going to be a tough one, I think. Not that any of them were easy. First things first, get Fel out. Crusader on each floor. Since we're fighting a boss, seems like a good call because we can just keep slamming them. And then we will get your Dancer on the floor. Yeah, I'm still really torn between whether I want the Pyregel guy down here for a boss or if I want to keep the Sword Maiden down here to just keep Valor up and to... hopefully just one-shot him. And we are dealing with spikes, so we do need to get faster kills. Yeah, let's go with Sword Maiden. Okay, Cherub up top. 2.4k health. Get slammed. Okay, and you fortunately don't have thorns on yourself. Hopefully you don't apply it to yourself. See, yeah, this is where it could be really good, or I could hit this guy and do nothing. Let's do... Whoa, what's your deal? Okay, I don't remember if this was a thing in the last game, but for the Umbra clan, their whole steez was you eat some of your units to super buff your units. It looks like they're trying to steal that now. Okay, so these are what's actually causing that effect. So we need to... Yeah, let's get you out front. All right, let's see if RNG loves us in this game. It's a good start. 3 stacks, 3 damage at the end of turn. Stacks remain... Oh my... Okay, so that 20 corruption was really good. 3 damage guaranteed every turn at the end. Okay, corruption's really good. Got it. Also, that's what these guys do, is they pop and give you that. I guess we can go ahead and throw the Magma Mauler up here, because I don't want to pop this guy on this floor if I don't have to for Fel. All right, good little start there. And that is a very good pull of the blood suit. Definitely give that to the boss right away. We're going to lose Fel. Okay, hold on. Why are we losing this right away? Oh, because you're going to hit us. Right. Okay, here's the plan. Artificer goes forward. You eat that. I think I'm okay with that. It's not great, but it's where we're at. Spear Steward... I guess you will go... Oh, well, slam you. Okay, that's good. Who else do we have in the deck? We have our shields, another spear, snotty well. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to advance this guy to make sure that no one eats him. Right. Okay. All right, so the only reason that she died was because of the corruption, I think, which is a bit of a shame. All right, first things first, purge that out. Leaves us with 2. I could pop a Cursed Blade. That would have been good last turn when we still had our Artificer. Actually, I'm gonna put a shield out in front of you because your placement doesn't really matter. So we'll cover you with a meat shield. And you can have the Snotty Whelp. Go ahead and Jelly Sneeze. You were already gonna die. Why did I do that? It's fine. You're gonna eat more corruption, aren't you? Good. Rid of that. We're gonna eat some minor damage on the Pyre. It should just be 7, and we should be able to kill these guys in 1 hit, so it should be fine. You're gonna kill that. You guys are killing that. The damage shield, I don't think will eat the corruption, unfortunately. It would just prevent 3 damage. I guess it is damage shield for everyone else too, so it's not a waste. Yeah, let's do that. We did invest in it. We might as well use it at least once, right? I'm going to start a little bit of Pyrojaw on you, kind of late, but better that than never. Yep. You eat all that. That's fine. All right. So there we go. First bits of damage. I think they might have had spikes, so I think we ate more than I thought, but I'm still okay with that. And to prevent any more of that, we got to burn these, so we're down to 1 energy. Love it. And you can have the Mind Cage. Not that it matters here, but... What? Oh, after the resolve. Got it. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. Pretty quick one. Get some damage there. Okay, Fell is down. We still have 2 waves to go. Okay, this is a bit of a problem, if we're being honest. This is not great. Make sure that you can't do your thing. Get a spear, and you can have lava armor. Okay, next wave will be the final one. Get another spear down here. We need as much damage as we can get. Push you forward. Okay, the slam and the jam was not enough. Probably should have Pyrojailed you first. Double down on this. Because I don't want to deal with this. Next turn, we need all our energy. I should have... I am misplaying everything. I should have done this before I moved you. It's fine. We're learning. And you had a slam. I'll be honest, the abilities is completely throwing me off my loop. They're really good, but I have got to remember to use them. Okay, so you're starting off with 2 of those. That's pretty not great. Okay, 2 turns, which means you have time to do this. Not that it makes a difference at this point. You don't have anyone covering you, do you? That's a shame. Move you to the front to give you an extra turn to survive. And we probably stack that. I also probably should have saved my slam for this guy, so I am misplaying like every single turn right now. I love it. Truly the best. And I forgot to... Why am I like this? Just why? Also, I'm pretty sure we lose here no matter what I do. I maybe could have prevented this, but probably not. Yeah, I fully was not prepared for this guy. I don't think the Valor makes a difference, so stack this. Use the ability. It doesn't matter, I don't think. 77. Okay, so I think that did actually add to it. I wasn't sure if abilities counted towards Pyre Gel damage or not, but it's irrelevant. Yay, first loss. There we go. So, of course, once you finish your run, you get to level up the clans that you use. So, Banished, we get to level 2. Eagle Heart, consume, advance, apply 5 Valor to a friendly unit, then it attacks immediately. Ooh. Ooh, that's going to be a really good one. Immediate attacks. Summoning a Hymnist applies 5 Valor to friendly units. Okay. And the Pyreborn. Guildmonger, extinguish, gain 1 gold. So the gold eggs seem to be a Pyreborn thing, possibly, because they're draconic now. They're not demonic. Well, I mean, they're probably draconic and demonic, but who knows? Summoning a well produces cooldown of friendly units by 1. Okay, that'll be more for abilities and stuff. That's fun. And I don't know what these are going to be for. I don't know if that's just like Steam achievements or if that's in-game stuff, but let's head back to the outpost. Is there a plot in my video game now? Excuse me? I don't think there was a plot in the last one. Or, I mean, there was, but I don't think they actually talked about stuff. Commander, the initial battalion has finished unloading the train. The reserves are awaiting your command for the next assault. Very well. Send word to the Pyreborn. We will depart again soon. I'll join you shortly. Yes, Commander. Angels attacking heaven. I could never have imagined it would come to this. Not too long ago, I led these same troops to destroy heaven. Wait a minute. Is Fel the super annoying second boss? Hold on, I might have to actually go play the first game after this, because I think I just remembered who you are. You fuck. Yeah, you! You were super annoying. Nice that you're on our side this time. Charge! For heaven! For Seraph! When we invaded hell, we fought for Seraph, but now we fight for our own survival. Seraph, my brother, our leader. I followed him without question, but I saw too late the cost of my blind faith. Since the invasion failed, Seraph began to change. The taste of defeat enticed him to seek greater power from titans beyond our world. These guys. Until he got what he was looking for. The titans came to heaven and began to corrupt everything. Now they threaten our whole world. Our only hope of stopping them is to reforge the Old Covenant, an alliance between angels and demons. My legion of angels came to hell to fulfill a covenant we once fought to destroy and reclaim our former home, but old grudges remain. I have to believe this alliance can work for our own sake. Okay, so things might be a little bit more plot heavy than it used to be. I like it. Unlock more Pyre Hearts to progress the story. Oh, there's an actual story now. Okay, so the last game, and this is like the one game everyone compares every roguelike to ever, but Slay the Spire, it was much like that where you just kind of went up and then you unlocked stuff, you failed, and you did it again. There might be some actual between game progression now other than just unlocks. Unlock criteria can be viewed from the departure station when starting a standard run. Excuse me? Customize your train? That's new. Hold on. Oh. Okay, even if it's just aesthetics, that's cool that you can actually change it. We'll get into that at some point. Clearly not now. And of course, you've got your library where you can look at all the stuff. And okay, here we go. This is the new set of factions. So we got the Banished, which are the angels. The Pyreborn, which seems to be more dragon-based now and less demonic. We've got the Luna Coven, the Under Legion, and the Lazarus League. Okay, only 32 more kills with spells. We should be able to do that pretty easily. We'll start using consume cards, so that one, once we start using those, will be pretty easy. And the equipment seems to be even easier than spells, honestly, and I think I'm really gonna like them. And of course, you do have some clan list stuff down here. We'll discover those as time goes by. This has been Monster Train 2, and I think you guys can see what it's all about. You start your runs, you get better, you get killed a lot, you come back, you build your deck a little bit better, then you try again. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. It seems like it's gonna be a little bit more involved than the first game as far as, you know, some backstory and maybe even like a legitimate progression system. So I'm really excited to see what is gonna happen. Do let me know in the comments if you'd be interested to see more of this or not. I think I'm gonna go ahead and record a couple parts just to be safe. I'm not sure if I'm gonna release a bunch of them. This might just be a little bit of a mini series. I'm not entirely sure. But next time we're gonna go ahead and depart, do another run, and I'm gonna see real quick. Okay, daily challenge. Here we go. Yeah, covenants. Okay, so we'll actually look at all that stuff next time. So hopefully y'all are looking forward to it. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.